Paul and Tash, that's our look at sport.
Thank you, Mitch.
Thanks, Mitch. Gav has the weather for us next.
R32, now available in Dakin ducted systems. A next-generation refrigerant with a substantially lower impact on the environment. Ensure your next ducted system is a Dakin for pure comfort. Dakin.
Gavin Morris joins us now with the weather. And Gav, it's been a gusty, dusty day.
Yes, a little reminiscent of 2009. Not as severe, but certainly up there. This evening's weather shot is from space. The dust storm seen from our weather satellites. We did not have this weather satellite in space during 2009, but it gives us that incredible detail of the dust storm as it made its way across New South Wales. Rain, beautiful rain. It'd be nice to have had a piece of this. 40 to 60 beautiful millimetres. But look at the cut-off line. You can literally see the Hunter Valley right there. As expected, we didn't get anything. None of that goodness, I'm afraid. Okay, so the rain band is gone. The dust storms are on the top of this. It's still going to be dusty. There's plenty of dust in the atmosphere. Still moving through overnight. And tomorrow morning, it'll probably still be a little bit hazy. But then we're going to have moving as we move towards the weekend. This is an intense low. It is deep and it is powerful. And it is causing wild blizzard conditions across the alpine areas. And the very strong winds are going to continue overnight and throughout tomorrow. And they love to whistle down the valley. There's nothing there to slow them down. And that's why the valley is such a windy place to live. In the west, we've got a low that is not as intense, but it's causing storms for Perth. The heat is back on straight away for the Alice. Storms return to the north. Still warm for Brisbane. Sydney will be cleaner throughout tomorrow. And winter has returned to the southeast. In for a local look. First of all, the temperatures reached today. Underneath that red haze, we had temperatures reach the high 20s. It was dusty and there were a lot of particles in the atmosphere apart from moisture. Hardly anything. Generally less than 15% humidity. It was a very dry, dangerous wind, and that's why the fires just exploded this afternoon and continue tonight. It's going to be a tough fight for our fireys because these winds will continue overnight and throughout tomorrow. There's no relief in sight. There's no rain, there's no moisture, there's no humidity. It is going to be a dry air mass that will continue right throughout the nighttime hours and into tomorrow, which will be windy yet again. Temperature-wise, slightly cooler than today, but not by much. A degree or two for most, but otherwise, we're still going to get up there into the mid to high 20s throughout the valley, the mid-20s throughout the upper Hunter. So these strong winds continuing for another 24 hours at least. The swell, it's up, but it's being held down now by those very strong westerly winds. So the sea's choppy, 3 metres. Tomorrow morning, the high tide's at 9, dropping to the low in the afternoon at about 3:26. Sunrise at about 20 to 6 and back to bed at 20 to 8. Full moon coming up tomorrow night. It is going to be a comfortable, beautiful weekend. The winds will settle, the air will be cleaner, and it's going to be very, very comfortable indeed. Back into a long, dry run, I'm afraid, for the upper Hunter with the heat returning during the middle of next week. Similar story for the Central Coast. Comfortable temperatures continuing as the winds settle over the weekend. For surfers, this morning was all time. It was beautiful as expected. This is before the winds got up, but it was busy out there. The water temperature is awesome in. There was a lovely 3 feet, solid 3 feet, and it was glassed off. It's going to be a nice number of days of surfing. Tomorrow the winds, the westerly still strong, but as the low pulls out, we'll have plenty of swell over the weekend and the winds will want to back off. So it is a good, beautiful late November run for waves.
Thank you, Gav. Before we go, an update on the bushfire situation in the Hunter, and the blaze at Port Stephens remains at emergency level. It's being driven towards Saltash by strong wind. Residents are being warned it's too late to leave. Richardson Road, Medowie Road and Nelson Bay Road are closed. Meanwhile, the fire at Weston has been downgraded to watch and act. It continues to burn in a southeasterly direction. Thankfully, it has passed Kurri Kurri Hospital. People in the Pelham area are being advised to seek shelter if the fire impacts on properties. And that's our bulletin for this evening.
The Today Show will have the latest headlines from 5:30 a.m.
From all of us here.
Good night.
Good night.